So my favorite part about being in School of Rock is being in a actual professional play and getting paid for it. That's one of my favorite words.
My favorite part is like learning all the choreography and like singing and dancing because this is my first professional show. Yeah, yeah, really. Yeah. Oh, so it's all our first.
What I love most about music and rock and roll is it's just so fun, and it brings me so much joy, and it brings people so much joy to listen to us perform. I just love that.
Like if someone messes up in line, then the audience isn't gonna know unless you let them know.
Instead of having to like be all scared, you can just light yourself up.
I just love Dewey. He has such big energy and fun energy. I'd love being with Dewey.
So many laughs. My name's Soraya Smith. I'm playing the role of Tamika. Some of the good parts is I kind of just get to let out my voice and just dance my heart out. And then the downsides of it is sometimes I have to stay in like my own little shell, and I have to be emo ooh girl, and it's weird because I'm just kind of like down here and not talking to anybody else. Like I don't really talk to anybody except my parents in the show.
My name is Owen Lester. I am playing the role of Billy. My favorite part is I love how creative I can be with my part. You can have so many different sides to him.
I'm Gabrielle Geck, and I play Summer. And my favorite part about being Summer is just like I get to boss everyone around, and they listen to me, not I listen to them. But some downsides is that sometimes I can't like be fully like I can't just like I have to be Summer in the show. I can't like just be like rock and roll god. I have to like be Summer still, which is the downside, but otherwise Summer is like a really fun role.
They're super funny and open-minded, and if they see a problem, of course they're gonna fix it. And if they see us uncomfortable or something, they're gonna try and help us because they're just really nice like that.
Singing and dancing, that's what makes me happy.
They should walk away with knowing that they can be themselves and be free, and no one can stop that.
I think the audience should leave with the message that even if you're struggling in life, you can still manage it and like still make it fun. Like Dewey, he was just like lounging on the couch, but then the next day he changed his whole life in one call. So even if you're like not the best at something, you can still turn it around.
What I love about music and rock and roll is that it doesn't have to be perfect.
When you're performing, you just get to be free and you just get to be yourself.
Yeah, it's just like you just get to be you.
Come see School of Rock!
Sean.
Liam, Chris, Katie, play with a band.
Yeah.
Getting to be in a live band and getting to work with other kids, I think, is really fun. It combines like my favorite things of acting and drumming. I like the energy of the music because the music is like slow and stuff, but this is really like upbeat and you can dance to it and you can sing to it, really have fun with it.
Like the two founders are both so positive.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's a good role model for someone who has a company and is going out and doing things like with Pace. I could see them being like really big in the future if they keep this up.
Stick it to that.
Yeah.
Read the whole. Don't be a robot. You don't have to do everything everyone says. Be passionate about what you do.
With Miss Katie Reed, she's so nice, but she's also like, she doesn't mess around. She gets she keeps us on track, exactly. And she knows that this is professional production and she wants us to do our best, but she also keeps it in a friendly environment. And that's a nice balance that I think that production should have. The Pickerings they're really great. Like they just teach the music to us so well, and they're very understanding with like how sometimes some songs are more difficult than others, but like they still push us to be our best.
Stick it to the man!
I love the freedom of rock. I feel like it allows you to explore. Mr. Michael, Madeline, Katie, they're all so nice, and if I really do think something is amiss or we're missing something or something, I can bring that up and they will heavily consider it each and every time, which is so inspiring.
They have a sense of humor, which is good when you're working with kids.
I'm Nancy Evans-Begley. I am the co-founder and executive producer of Veritas Productions and this production of School of Rock. My dear co-founder and best friend, Amy Condon, and I have been performing on the Parker Arts stages since the building opened. And we have always had this dream to produce our own shows and to elevate Parker Arts. And I feel strongly that that's what we're doing with this team of leaders, incredible artists, and a cast of people from all over the state of Colorado. And we have 4 actual youth musicians on stage who will blow your mind. Knowing that we wanted that authentic rock band in these young actors, we do the reverse math and figure out how we get the right leaders for those people to recruit the right talent to then lead this production from start to finish. And it was a no-brainer to hire Katie Reed Milazzo. So it was, and she's an educator at Performing Arts Academy, so no-brainer. And then the Pickering Creative Arts Academy, Michael and Amy Pickering, it's like, duh. They've got a whole studio of musicians, singers, actors, dancers. You know, listening to Amy Pickering sing is like an angel has opened her mouth. And Michael Pickering, just the joy on his face every time he's playing on with these kids that are just rocking out. It's like, you can't help but shed a tear of joy and just feel so proud. We've got this like hip hop rockin' choreographer who also is an educator and has performed in New York City and has been on tours. The way that these almost total strangers have come together with a common goal, a common vision, an authenticity, and an homage to the work, we've all just been rowing in the same direction. More than anything, we're really planted in this community and want the absolute best and most incredible art to be accessible and produced here.
So for School of Rock, it was really, really important to us for it not only to be an amazing, amazing production, but to be an amazing experience, especially because we have so many youth in our show. We have 15 under 18, and a lot of them, it's their first professional show they've ever done. And we want them to learn, but also to be pushed and challenged and kind of rise to the occasion of what's expected of them.
Musically, the show is schizophrenic because we go back and forth from like
Andrew Lloyd Webber doing rock.
Exactly, but not like Jesus Christ superstar Andrew Lloyd Webber, like Mozart Andrew Lloyd Webber. And we literally have Mozart as well as heavy metal happening throughout the show.
We have some amazing dancers and even dancers who do acrobatics, who do gymnastics and tricks. Not only will you be blown away by their ability to play instruments and how they are as musicians, but also with the movement.
When they get up on stage and they've got the instruments and they're going for it and they're excited and passionate and oh my gosh, it's electrifying. It really is.
This group comes in with ideas and characterizations that then I'm giving them more things to do. And that's what Dewey finds in his character, that he actually has more value passing along his love for rock than being the rock star himself. Our lighting designer is really passionate about making it like a cold, hard space and then allowing it to grow and blossom. And by the end, it's this really fun, warm, safe haven for the kids.
And you build this beautiful community and discover yourself and come alive. It's really powerful.
It's transformative. Just go, wow, I thought all the tricks in the bag were done. And the feeling of this message of being accepted, being loved, finding your voice, finding your passion, being silly.
Lots of places provide these opportunities. And oh my gosh, if they can come out of there feeling like, I want to learn to play the guitar, I want to sing, I want to direct, I want to design, I want to do all of that, that would be fantastic.
And I want to come back and see the next show.
And I want to come back and see the next show for sure.
We were super, super excited to have an unbelievable amount of talent come through our doors. We had over 200 people audition. About half of those were kids. And I really came into this thinking, oh, this is going to be such a hard show to do. It's so specific. The band has to be so good. And just thinking, oh my gosh, if we just get 4 kids that can kind of play. And I know Michael's amazing and he'll get them to kind of sound and look like a band. And Madeline will make them look cool, I guess. And And we had multiple options for every role. It was really crazy. We have understudies for every role, including our instrumentalists. And we could have cast the show 2 or 3 times over with the talent that we had.
I know our audiences are going to be blown away.
It's just going to be a rock show. Like it's a show about lights and sound and just pushing the envelope. And every time you think, oh my gosh, there's no way the Pace Center could have one more possible light, there's going to be more lights. And it's fun because they're all very unassuming, and I love it.
And that they're taken seriously, and that the other artists in the room are excited that they're there and that are creating great spaces for them. It's their place to belong. It's their people, their place that they can really find who they are and become who they will be.
Nancy and Amy are really leading the charge, setting a great example. And having done shows at Pace, it was just too good of an opportunity and too great of a team to pass up.
You discover your community and your passion through music and through theater and through the arts, and suddenly you realize that you're not all alone.
This group of people, this team, the kids, it's amazing and inspiring. And I hope that everybody leaves saying, yeah, there's good stuff happening too. It's really important that we are fostering places that are safe for kids, that are encouraging for kids, that allow kids to thrive and be the best versions of themselves.
It all starts with that flicker, that spark, that being part of a team.
They all showed up off book. Basically, every kid knows all their lines and all their instrument parts already, day one. Rock and roll is awesome. Whatever that is, the mentality, the spirit of it, they're creating bonds that look like they've known each other their whole lives. Working with Veritas on their inaugural production, it's very cool. It does feel like they're trying to set the bar for all these things that the theater community talks about that should be done and is kind of skipped over sometimes. And they're upholding their own expectations, which is important.
Kids are just so malleable, and they just soak things in so fast.
And they have free time. Gabby sounds exactly like the recording of this musical. You would assume it was the same person, and I'm not kidding. The messages in School of Rock are kind of varied depending on what you're looking for. There's the part about finding what you're good at and pushing yourself to go for it. There's truly just a message about appreciating music and how important music and the arts are.
Children are going to internalize a lot more of what you do rather than what you say. And so, you see that in the song, If Only You Would Listen, when the kids, I can't even get through that song without crying. Because
in a world where guitar-based music is less important, I do feel like I'm aging out of what's currently popular. And I want to remind people, and this is not an important lesson, but it's something that I care about.
It's so cool because all of them want to be here, and they're so excited to be here, and they are giving 150% the whole time. And
what is it like working with 15 kids? It's 100% that overwhelming feeling, that impressed feeling.
Yeah.
We like doing it. We do it as a choice, not as a core.
And I think working with the kids too, we are just inherently going to be more playful. And it brings that into our performances and onto the stage. And at normal rehearsal with a bunch of adults, we're on our phones off stage or whatever, and then they're all playing a game off to the side.
They don't go to the same schools.
Yeah, they met doing this, and they seem so tight already, and they're so encouraging of each other. Well, it means so much to me that I get to be a part of their inaugural production.
There's a fear of doing it because you have to know you have the people. And so Veritas going out on a limb to assume we can do it, finding the Pickering Academy, who has kind of recruited a lot of the kids, and then being chosen to work in that is a huge honor.
I think the value of the performing arts is invaluable, right? It is an outlet for your artistic expression, for how you're feeling. I think it's just so important to give kids the opportunity to pursue things outside of academics and outside of sports, music and performing. It just involves so much more social, emotional need than we really give it credit for. And I think that providing experiences for kids, especially in the professional realm, is just amazing.
What are we doing if not trying to make life more interesting, to search deeper, love more, all of that stuff? It's great.
Action.
Welcome to the School of Rock. I'm Summer. I'm Katie.
Carter.
Eddie! Marcy!
James!
Sophie!
Dewey,